Good morning, everybody. Day, I think we're on 23. Oh, that's still not right, is it? It's so hard to set this mat up with all the different angles that I have going on, but that's it kind of works. It's fine. You get what I'm going for. There we go. That's better. Less so for you guys on TikTok, but we're going to do probably just over 10 minutes of yoga this morning. But it's a new week, fresh start. Let's get stuck in, starting as we need to go on. We've got a nice flow this morning with some warrior two and triangle thrown in, but that always makes for a really nice flowy sequence, in my opinion. So yeah, let's get started. Find yourself a comfortable seat, or begin lying down if you prefer to start your practice lying down. And just come to a nice comfortable position where you can find a few minutes of stillness just while we connect to our breath. Closing down the eyes, finding somewhere to place the hands. And noticing any sounds you might be able to hear around you, but bringing your awareness inwards. So without changing anything at all, just bringing your awareness onto your breath. Noticing the speed of your breath, where you breathe. Do you breathe in the chest or in the belly? Do you breathe through the nose or the mouth? Just notice. And then maybe if it feels comfortable for you to do so, we're just going to begin to deepen the breath. So lengthening your inhales and your exhales to a point that feels comfortable for you. The breath is what is with us throughout our practice as we move. Keeps us calm, maintains our focus, helps us breathe into some of those deeper stretches. And if your eyes are closed, just begin to blink them open, keeping a hold of that deeper inhale and exhale. We're just going to bring the hands onto the knees. Depending on what seat you've begun in, you might just need to slightly adjust your stance. But have a go, play with it first. And we're just going to take some gentle circles. So coming forwards with the chest over the front, and then arching through the back as you come backwards. Dropping the belly down as you come forwards. And it's a similar motion to that cat-cow that we do in all fours. Moving in, for me, a clockwise direction, but just take note of whichever direction you've picked and let's take it back the other way. So reversing that motion. Keeping that nice deep breath that we found at the beginning. Keeping that connection. Really nice, everyone. Hopefully you should feel some of that in your hips as you move around. And then let's come back into center. We're going to come to all fours, but just as a quick transition. So if you would like to take any cat-cows, take them now. So hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hip points, and we're going to make our way to the top of the mat. So from all fours, two options. You can tuck the toes, press into the hands, send the heels down towards the mat as you send the hips high. Find that downward facing dog and then take those baby steps towards the top of the mat. Or from all fours, you can always, as we do with low lunge, walk the hands up, come onto the knees, step 1 foot forwards, followed by the other, and we'll all meet here in that forward fold. Give yourself a nice generous bend in the knees. You might not have moved too much yet this morning, so we don't want to overstretch through those hamstrings. We don't want it to be too painful. So inhale, bringing yourself up halfway, flat back position. Hands can be anywhere on the legs here, but you want to tuck those elbows in so you send the shoulder blades together down the back. Exhaling back down to forward fold, deep bend in the knees. And then as you inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up overhead, maybe gazing up towards the hands. And as you exhale, bringing the hands down alongside the body. Meeting in mountain pose, or Tadasana, as it is also called within yoga. Feeling yourself really grounded here, pressing into the ground through your feet, maybe lifting the toes and replacing them back down. Play with shifting your weight, seeing how that feels. And then this morning, we're just going to step back with the left leg out behind us, and we're going to find warrior two. So with the right leg that stays forwards in front of you, we're going to bend into that front knee. And with the left leg, we're going to turn the toes of the left foot out in the opposite direction. So the toes are going to point out towards the left. We're going to press into that front knee, and we're going to press into the outer edge of the back left foot, finding some opposition to sit nice and strong here in warrior two. You'll feel engaged through the core here to stay nice and strong, really embodying that warrior two position. Warrior, it's nice and it's strong, and that's exactly what we want to try and embody in this position. As you inhale, we're going to send the arms out. That right arm reaches forward to really reach through those fingertips. Gaze over the middle finger. Find some opposition with the left hand. Reach out behind you. So you're really reaching in both directions here, gazing forwards. And there'll be a tendency for your right knee to try and drop over towards the left. So we want to really press into that right knee to keep nice and strong and square through the knee. Inhale here, nice and strong, pressing through those feet. And as you exhale, we're going to straighten through the front foot, the front knee. So we've got that right leg straight now. And we're going to send the right hand down towards the ground. Left hand comes up. And we're going to find triangle pose. And you've got lots of options here. So this left hand doesn't have to come up. It can come onto the hip if that feels better for you in your body this morning. You can, with that right hand, reach for the ground. You can rest it on the front right leg. If you have a block or a large book or something, anything to prop your hand on, you can also do that too. But just feel into the stretch here, pressing into the feet. Breathing into that stretch and just noticing how it feels. We're going to pivot on the back foot, so that left foot that's pointing out towards the left, we're going to just pivot on it, lift the heel, spin the toes so that you face forwards, almost like we're in a high lunge position now. And we're going to send the hands down onto the mat. We're going to step the left leg, the left foot, up to meet the right, and we'll find ourselves back in that forward fold position. Bending through the legs, don't forget. Nice and generous bend. Inhale halfway, flat back position, tuck those elbows. Exhale, plant the hands. 2 options, you can find plank pose if you like, or step the right leg back, lower the knee, followed by the left knee. Coming into that all fours position. And then we're just going to bend through the elbows, gently lower ourselves down onto the mat. Keeping the hands where they are, tucking them in towards the body. We're going to find upward facing dog. As you inhale, press through the feet, open through the chest, lift yourself up, finding a back bend here. Just come to somewhere that feels natural and comfortable for your own body. Exhale, coming all the way back down. Pressing yourself back up into that tabletop all fours position. We're going to come to the top of the mat again, guys. So 2 options. You can tuck the toes, press through the hands, pushing the heels down towards the ground, send the heels high for downward facing dog. Step your way to the top of the mat, or if you prefer, you can walk your hands up towards your hips. Step 1 foot forwards, followed by the other as we meet at the top of the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way overhead, maybe gazing up towards your hands. And then exhale, bringing those hands back alongside the body, meeting in that mountain pose. I'm going to take it to the other side, so I'm just going to move myself over here so that you can see my warrior 2 a little bit better if you'd like to follow my demonstration. So taking warrior 2 now, but on the other side, we're going to keep the left leg where it is, step the right leg back behind you in space, pressing into that left foot, bending through the knee. And then we're going to pivot on that right foot, so the toes point out to the right this time. Really nice, everyone. So pressing into the outer edge of the right foot, pressing into the knee and that front foot, finding that opposition, finding that strength up from the ground, engaging through your core here, staying nice and strong, trying to avoid that left knee dropping over towards the right. Inhaling, arms go out, reaching forwards with the left arm, reaching back behind you with the right, gazing over that front middle finger, thinking of that puppet string pulling you up through the crown of the head. Really strong through the legs, everyone. And then we're going to slowly straighten that left leg. And as we do, we're going to send that left hand down towards the ground. Maybe right hand comes up. Option again to bring that right hand onto the hip for a little more balance if that's preferred. Just feeling into your own body and feeling where feels most comfortable for you. You can reach towards the ground, or you can rest that left hand on left leg. Breathing into the pose. Really nice, everyone. Same as we did on the other side, we're just going to pivot on that back foot. So both toes are pointing forwards. And then all we're going to do is step that right leg up to meet the left, finding that forward fold position. Nice generous bend in the knees. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping back to all fours position. So bringing one leg back, lowering the knee, bringing the other one back. Meeting in all fours. And then today we're going to swing the legs round. And we're going to end in seated. Option here, if you have some extra time and you've been following along through the series, if you would like to, you could take a couple of supine twists, or you could take recline pigeon, or if you prefer, you can also end your practice in Shavasana. This morning, I'm going to end in seated position as we began, bringing the hands into the lap, or maybe on the knees or alongside the body. Closing the eyes back down. Allowing your breath to just return back to its natural rhythm. And just taking a moment to reflect. Notice how those few minutes of movement felt. Acknowledging, showing up for yourself, giving your body what it needs this morning. And as always, if you have a little extra time, maybe staying here for an extra couple of minutes, or maybe working your way down into Shavasana, lying down on the ground, and just being present in this moment, just you and you alone, nowhere to be, nothing to do, just for this moment. Maybe saying a little internal thank you to yourself for showing up. And I will leave you there. Thank you, everyone. Lots of options if you would like to continue for a little bit longer. And I will see you tomorrow.